At this time in America, you are suffering great pain. At this time in America, you are suffering hunger. At this time in America, you are suffering injustice. At this time in America, you are suffering destruction of your children. At this time in America, curses have overtaken you. At this time in America, you are vexed in all you set your mind to do. At this time, right here in America, you are full of sickness and disease. At this time in America, you are smitten before your enemies. You go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. At this time in America, you are scattered and in division in all the kingdoms of the earth. Right this minute, you are scattered and in division in all the kingdoms of the earth, not only America. Your dead carcass mindset is a prey for all nations to enrich themselves, and no man helps you. Almighty Yahweh has smitten you with madness and blindness. Almighty Yahweh has smitten you with astonishment of mind. You grope at noonday as the blind gropes in darkness, and you do not prosper in your ways. You are always oppressed and spoiled, and no man saves you. You betroth a wife, and another man lays with her. You build houses, and you do not live in them. You plant food, and you do not gather it for your wealth. Even your possessions are violently taken away from you. Your sons and your daughters are given to another people, and your eyes look at them and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there is no might in your hands. The fruit and profit from all your labor is eaten up by other nations within America. You are oppressed and crushed always, so much so that you are mad about what you see. Almighty Yahweh has smitten you with wicked and evil thoughts. Almighty Yahweh has caused you to be mischievous. You have become mischievous and malignant. You are noxious, and the whole world witnesses that you are injurious and you have hurtful actions. You are smitten by Yahweh, and you are full of pain and unhappiness. You have become a hideous people. You have become fierce as a people. You have become wild as a people. You have a moral deficiency, and thereby you are full of mischief, because you are suffering from a moral deficiency. You are full of misfortune. You have a moral deficiency, and thereby you suffer adversities. You suffer one calamity after another. You suffer unpleasantness and sadness. You show the world that you have the inability to come up to good standards which will benefit you as a people. You suffer the opposite of good. Almighty Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh has exhorted you to turn from your wicked ways, and you refuse. Your speech and practices are unethical. Your speech and practices are immoral against other people by going against the laws of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh Yahweh. You depict a very negative attitude towards man and Almighty Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. So, Almighty Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh has reduced you so low that you worship all false gods. You have become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword such as nigger, coon, and colored. Among all nations where Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh has scattered you, you've become a proverb, an astonishment, and a byword. You have sons and daughters, but you do not enjoy them, for they have gone into mental and spiritual captivity. The aliens from other countries come among you in your communities broke and get up above you very high. And you have come down very low. The aliens come to America broke, and within just a few short years, they lend to you, and you do not lend to them. And you've been here over 440 years or so. They are the head, and you are the tail, with all your training and education and degrees and good jobs. All these curses have come upon you and pursued you and have overtaken you and destroyed you. Why? Because you do not listen to the voice of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, your God, to keep His commandments and His statutes, which He has commanded you. And His laws are upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your children forever. You cannot get out from under them. To obey Him is to be blessed. To disobey His will is to get all these curses that you are experiencing right now in America and in every country on the planet Earth, because you do not serve Almighty Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, your God, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, in order to have an abundance of all things. You serve your enemies, which Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh has set against you, and you serve them in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And Almighty Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh has put a yoke of iron upon your neck until He has destroyed you. Almighty Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh has brought a nation against you from far, as swift as the eagle flight, a nation whose language you do not understand this day. You think you speak English, but you have no idea of its meaning, its origin, its roots. You have no knowledge of double speak. They are a nation of fierce countenance, which does not regard the old among you, nor do they show favor to your young. And they eat the profit of all your labor until they destroy you. You have been reduced so low that you have begun to eat the fruit of your own body and the flesh of your own people, even the flesh of your own sons and daughters, which Yahweh, your God, has given you. Why? Because your enemies distress you. You are so distressed that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye is evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead, so that he will not give to any of them because he has nothing left. Why? Because your enemies distress you. This evil that you suffer is from the Hebrew word ra'ah, resh, ayin, which means you have been spoiled and broken to pieces. You have been made good for nothing. Ra'ah means you have been made useless and evil. Ra'ah means you are afflicted with mental and bodily pain. Ra'ah means you are overthrown and deflated. Resh, ayin, means you have been humbled. Resh, ayin means you are vexed, harassed, tormented, and plagued. Ra'ah means you are dashed in pieces and shattered. Resh, ayin means you are destroyed and you are shaken violently. You have perished. Resh, ayin means you are evil with a raging disposition. You are very displeasing. Resh, ayin means you live wickedly. You are very angry. Resh, ayin means you are sorrowful and sullen. Ra'ah means your face is very sad. You are immoral and contrary to the will of God Yahweh. Ra'ah means you have an attitude which rejects the authority of Yahweh. Breaking the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh demonstrates that you lack understanding. Ra'ah means you plan to deliberately hurt others in a habitual way and compulsively. The truth is, you injure yourself. For Yahweh inflicts pain upon such people unless they change their ways. You are so distressed that the tender and delicate woman among you historically would not adventure to test the quality of her character with stress by putting the sole of her foot upon the ground mindset of the evil people of the land. Yet, today, her eye is evil toward the husband of her bosom and toward her son and toward her daughter and toward her young ones that cometh out from between her feet and toward her children which she bears, for she eats them with exploitation. She eats her children with abortion. She eats her children with contraception secretly because she lacks material things and because your enemies distress you. If after all this suffering you will not observe to do all the words of the law of Yahweh that are written in the holy book, the Bible, the King James Version, that you may fear this glorious and fearful name, Yud-He-Wav-He, Yahweh, the Lord your God, then Yud-He-Wav-He, Yahweh, will continue to make your plagues wonderful, according to the Hebrew word Pelah, Pe-Lamed-He, which means to make your plagues so astonishing and hard that they are beyond the bounds of human power and expectation. This is a clear-cut exhibition of the ability of Yud-He-Wav-He to punish you for your disobedience. These plagues will also affect your children and their seed with sore sickness. Moreover, Yud-He-Wav-He, Yahweh, has brought upon you all the diseases of America, which you are afraid of, and they cleave unto you. Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of the law of Yud-He-Wav-He, Yahweh, them, Yud-He-Wav-He, has brought upon you, which are destroying you. And for the first time in your history, you are being left few in number, whereas you were in the past as the stars of heaven for a multitude. You are being reduced in numbers because you are not obeying the voice of Yud-He-Wav-He, your God. And it has come to pass that as Yud-He-Wav-He rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so now Yud-He-Wav-He, Yahweh, has rejoiced over you to destroy you and has brought you to naught. Yud-He-Wav-He has brought you to nothing, and you have been plucked from off your land in North America, a tiny part of which is called Israel today. You were brought to America on ships and sold into slavery. Now, you ignorantly claim citizenship and possessions of a land you do not rule over and cry day and night from oppression. And Yud-He-Wav-He has scattered you among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. There you serve other gods, which neither you nor your forefathers have known, even wood and stone and statues. And among these nations you have found no ease. You not only find no ease in America, you find no ease among all the nations where you are scattered over the entire planet Earth. Neither does the sole of your foot have rest. For Almighty Yud-He-Wav-He, Yahweh, has given you there a trembling heart. Oh yes, your heart trembles, and you have a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, and your life hangs in doubt before you, and you fare day and night, and you have no assurance of your life. In the morning you say, I wish to God, Yud-He-Wav-He, it were evening. And at evening you say, I wish to God, Yud-He-Wav-He, it were morning. Why? for the fare of your heart wherewith you fare, and for the sight of your eyes which you see all around you, burglary. You are full of fear because all you see around you are muggings. You are full of fear because all you see around you is murder. You are full of fear because all you see is violence. You are full of fear because all around you see rape. You are full of fear because all you see around you are drugs. You are full of fear because all around you is hatred. You are full of fear because all around you is brutality. You are full of fear because all you see around you are wars and rumors of wars. You are full of fear because you see all around you family members against family members. You are full of fear because all you see around you are sicknesses and incurable diseases. You are full of fear because all around you see hunger, famine, suffering, pain, tears, and sorrow. Praise Yahweh Royal Family. This completes the reading of Dis-ease in America. Greetings, Royal Family. Let's talk about the most prestigious private university in the universe, the University of Yahweh. It is here where students, parents, adults, and teachers study the divine mind of Yahweh Ben Yahweh, thus elevating them to contemplate and understand the loftier concepts and principles, enabling their minds to focus and think on an extraterrestrial level. This intellectual ability and unique set of skills supersede all base, mundane, and terrestrial thinking, thus allowing one's minds to open up and flourish with an overwhelming abundance of creative ideas and loftier concepts, making life and living more enjoyable. The University of Yahweh is woven deep within the fabric of the moral principles of truth, honesty, integrity, true holiness, righteousness, ethics, and justice for all. The University of Yahweh is designed for the Godhead, and this includes students, parents, adults, and the Godhead. In the University of Yahweh, the online platform, you gain a structured format to the approach of the divine mind of Yahweh. We welcome you to visit our website at www.universityofyahweh.org. This platform is specifically designed for the Godhead and the Godhead family. The 144,000 chosen to rule in righteousness. We look forward to working with you as we prepare for rulership in righteousness. Praise Yahweh, praise Yahweh, Beit Nun Sophie Yahweh. Shalom, Royal Family.